most of the successful photographer, including myself, at some point of their life have worked for free, assisted someone, whom they trust like a mentor, and work at very discounted price just so that they can have some portfolio or some work which they can showcase. I'm not saying you have to work for free, or you have to do something which you feel that you deserve more. But when you are getting started, you need to adjust a little bit, and you need to do something which we call it model call. Model call means you invite people to model for you, and there is no payment involved. The people get free photos. Now, how many photos, that is up to you. You may say that you will give 5 photos for free, and if they want more, they can buy. Or if you really don't want to do that and you want to do it for your closed circuit people, then you can say we'll give entire photos for free. It is completely up to you what you want. You decide what is the worth of your work and your effort. Now with model call, you can have a decent amount of photos which you can use for portfolio, and model calls are very good for what I call is at learning. Now you could be having new props, new ideas to experiment. Now in a paid shoot, it may not be always comfortable to experiment new things because your client would be already having some expectation, and that is why model calls are very good opportunity to experiment new ideas and keep on learning. Again, it's your call, and you decide how many photos you want to give for free, and how many photos, how much you want to charge for that. Pricing. Many people say how I should price my work, or what is the regular price. Many other mentors will say you that, hey, don't compare your price with others, and you decide your own price. Now, I don't want to challenge that school of thought, but I want to share some of my own thought. These are my personal thoughts. When you are starting out and you do not have a great portfolio, people may not recognize you at that time. It might not be a very good idea to be very, very pricey and have very high price. I'm telling you that because that is what worked for me. When I started, I worked for very dirt cheap price because I was building my portfolio. Then I did couple of model calls. Then I again spent in learning. I practiced and mastered my art. Once I was able to become an expert in my area, and I had a name for myself. Only after that I increased my price to what I felt is something which I deserved. Yes, you are worth your own effort, but we stay in a capitalist world, and that is how business works. At least in the country where I stay, people will not book someone whose work they have not seen before and whose prices are really high. Sometimes people book someone because they don't have a high budget, and that can be a win-win situation. Again, this is my personal opinion. You can decide your own price. If you are thinking how should I start about pricing, then you should think about what is your cost. Let's say you do not include cost of your camera or cost of your lights, etc., because these are one-time investments. But things like if you are renting a studio, cost of rent of that studio, then if you are paying an assistant, what is the cost of that assistant that you are paying, and similar costs you can include. Maybe you can think that if I were working at a job, how much would I have earned for those 3-4 hours? So whatever is your cost price, you can mark it up to 10 or 20% and make your own price list. Whatever will you mark up, that will be your own profit. How much profit you want, that is your choice, but I just gave you an idea. You can start with 10%, 20%. It is always a good idea to know what are other photographers charging in your area. I'm not meaning to say that you need to know pricing of 100, 200 photographers in your town, but at least the ones who are established, whom people go to, whom people refer to, it is a good idea to know their price so that you can know their standards. Once you have made a name for yourself, once people are approaching you, once people have appreciated your work, then you can create your own price. And anyways, it is your own price. You can decide. Till now, at least in my country, photography as a service has no regulation that There is no price regulation in photography, at least by the time I'm recording this video. So you can decide your own price. You can start with a particular number and see how it is going. Keep on taking feedback from people about not just price for everything, and those feedbacks are room for improvement. I personally take feedback from each and every customer. Some of the customers who were not happy with me, they have given me $1,000,000 advices, and those advices have worked like charm. Once I'm able to implement their recommendations, the business grew really well, or at least I was able to give a better service to the next customer, and that helped me growing forward.